Hey, my name is Tiffany, and a couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease that has given me only 44% lung capacity. Chill, I know that sounds scary, but this journey has brought me to you and has inspired me to start this platform called Living My Best Autoimmune Life. This part of the project is an interview series where I share the stories of people also living with an autoimmune disease to show you that despite our diagnosis, we are still living our best lives. Okay, I'm done with the intro. Enjoy the episode, and I'll see you in the comments. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Tiffany Thompson, and I'm so happy to have you here today and to be part of this series called Living My Best Autoimmune Life. Today, we have the pleasure of having Nafeesa Layne. Can you tell us more about you, who you are, your background, and so we can get to know you?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Nafeesa. I'm 37 years old. I was born in Montreal, Quebec. My parents are from Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica.
Yes.
I'm a mom of two. Yes. So I just recently had a boy in September. So I just became a mom of two. I went to school, I studied pharmacy technician, and now I work at the Glen in the pharmacy. So my life is pretty busy there.
Yeah.
But now I'm on a break, which is good. I have my mat leave, and then I go back in 1 year.
So first of all, thank you so much for being here with us today. The reason we got together is because we both have autoimmune diseases.
Yes.
So can you tell us a bit about what your autoimmune disease is and how you're coping with it?
Okay, so I am a type 1 diabetic. I got diagnosed at 4 years old.
4,
Yes. So a very long time. I've been living with it for about 33 years now. It is a challenge. It's very hard to live with it, but you know, I make sure to manage my blood sugars well, be active as much as possible in order for my sugars to be stable, and also trying to eat healthy. It's hard, but you know,
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, I'm a foodie. I love my little snacks and everything.
Yeah.
But just to manage it properly, I have to really watch what I eat and be active.
A lot of people don't know that type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease. Are you often faced with that? Like people are questioning, like, is that an autoimmune disease?
They don't ask if it's an autoimmune disease, but what I get is, you're so young. How come you have diabetes?
Yeah.
You with your young self, what are you doing with diabetes? So there's also type 2 diabetes. So type 2 diabetes is when you get it older. So
You develop it like with age.
with age.
And that's the one most of the people know about, right?
Know about, right? They don't really know about the type 1 diabetic where you get diagnosed as a child or a teenager, sometimes even as young as in your 20s. You could also be diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, but it's mostly type 2 where you get it older in age. Yeah, and that's by having, overweight, bad eating habits. Over years, it tends to develop. You're not being active, so that's how type 2 diabetes comes along. Diabetes is also when everybody has a pancreas. So it's when your pancreas doesn't produce any insulin at all or not enough insulin to break down the sugars in your body.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what really defines diabetes.
Diabetes, yes. It's that your pancreas is not doing its job.
And you were showing me earlier, like you have, what is it called again? The insulin.
The insulin pump. Yeah.
Insulin pump. So how does that manage your diabetes?
Right. So instead of taking injections every day now, they've upgraded it. So people have a choice of having an insulin pump on them. So what that is you stick, it's like a little tube. You can stick anywhere on your body, your arms, your legs, and it delivers insulin in your body 24/7. So every 4 hours, the pump gives off insulin, and you also have to take insulin with every meal, as if you would with the injection, but this time there's no injection. It's just a little machine.
So when you take it with a meal, it's like in a pill format?
No, it's liquid. It's insulin.
It's like an injection? Or?
Yeah, it's like an injection.
Every meal you have to inject yourself?
No, with the insulin pump you don't have to.
Okay.
You don't, yeah. So it's very good. It limits you from taking injections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to like prick your finger.
No, that's
because that thing is
another
connected
device.
to you.
Yeah, that's another device. It's called, I have the Dexcom, and there's also one called the Libre Freestyle. Yeah, the Libre one, but I'm on Dexcom. So those two are what monitors your sugars
Okay.
throughout the whole day.
One thing-
Every hour.
Yeah.
Every hour, throughout the day, it shows if your sugars are going high, if it's going low, and are you stable. So that way you can correct your sugars.
Yeah.
So if you're going high, to take some insulin to make your sugars go at a stable range. And if your sugar is low, that means, it's going to notify you to eat a snack.
Yeah.
Yeah, to bring your sugar up so you could be stable.
Yeah. Thank God for this aspect of technology.
Oh my gosh, I'm
A
telling
game
you,
changer.
Game changer, because to take injections every day, 3 times a day, it's a lot. You start to get bruises.
Yeah.
It's painful and to pick your finger every day to check your blood sugars 3 times a day as well.
It's too much.
It's a lot. Your fingers tend to get sore after a while. I even used to do my toes at one point.
Oh my God.
Yeah, once in a while, just to change it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the toes.
So you said that you were diagnosed at 4. Do you remember that day, what it was like, and just hearing the news? Did you know what was going on?
No, I had no idea. So it was, I believe, the summertime. My mom had took me to the pool, and she's like, okay, this is strange. Why Nafeesa's not going swimming in the pool? She just sit down. She looks sluggish, and she said I was thirsty all the time.
Yeah.
And I was always drinking. So she said no. She had a feeling something is not right with her, and then she took me to the Montreal Children's General Hospital.
Yeah.
And that's when they diagnosed me with diabetes at the age of 4.
And then as soon as then, that's when you started treatment as well.
Yeah. So I started treatment right away.
Do you know at what age it really hit you? Maybe in high school, you're like, oh, I'm a teenager with type 1 diabetes. How did that have an impact on your upbringing?
Yeah, so it was in elementary school as I got older.
Okay.
Yeah, I still didn't know exactly what diabetes is. All I knew is I cannot eat sugar and I have to take these injections every day. That's all I knew. But did I know the risk of diabetes at that age? No. So it's only after time getting older, it's when I start to realize, okay, diabetes is no joke. It's not just about not eating sugars and being active. It's more to, you better control it or you're gonna end up with blindness. Blindness, nerve damage,
Losing being amputated.
being amputated, cardiovascular disease, heart problems. Yeah, your kidneys also can go wrong, so go bad. Yeah.
Did having this autoimmune disease affect you in a social setting? When you're
No, I was saying no. I was still living life. Yeah. My friends around me, no problems. They're just like, "Are you okay?" I always had snacks on me.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, "You okay?" "Oh, Fisa, can I have a snack?" They always used to ask me.
Because they knew that you were snacked with snacks. Yeah.
So that was funny, but no, it didn't affect me at all. I was just normal living life.
Was there anyone in your circle that you could kind of relate to that had a similar disease or?
No, that's the thing. There was nobody I could relate to.
Okay.
No family, nothing. I'm the only one with it. So, it wasn't tough growing up, but I was well taken care of. Everybody always asks, "Are you okay?" Or "Do you need something to drink?" Or "How is your sugars going?" So, yeah, that was pretty good. That I had a good support team behind me, and with my friends as well.
So did you have access to resources besides your medical team, or even including your medical team, to help you navigate this whole world of having type 1 diabetes?
No, I never got myself involved also. I kept to myself more with it. I didn't do research on it to see if there's any organizations out there. I think my mom had suggested when I was younger about a diabetic camp, but I told her no.
Diabetic camp? Like, I can imagine what that's like.
Yeah, so, but I told her, no, it's okay. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to be involved with anything with diabetes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
It's just that I have it, that's all. Like, I don't want to talk about it, be around it.
because you don't see it as your identity. It's just something that you have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's just something that I have.
Yeah, I agree. It's something that I struggle with. I'm like, I don't want to define myself as my autoimmune disease. It's just like, it's an extra thing.
Yeah.
You know, that adds
There you
to
go.
my whole story.
Yeah. It took me a while to really accept being a diabetic. I was just like, oh, I really don't want nothing to do with it, but I'm like, you know what? This is going to be my life, like, forever.
Yeah.
So I have no choice but to accept it. And now I'm comfortable telling people that, yes, I'm a diabetic.
Yeah. Speaking of acceptance, I know that like when I was initially diagnosed, I had to like mourn the life that I envisioned for myself. But you were diagnosed so young. So
Yeah.
did you ever experience something like that where you had to accept and like kind of mourn what you envisioned for yourself?
No, because I got diagnosed at so young.
Yeah.
So for me, I felt like I didn't miss out much on anything. Really,
It's already part of your life.
Right.
Yeah.
But for as someone being diagnosed at 14 or 21, it will be more hard for them. Imagine like being diagnosed at those ages and you cannot eat candy or drink soda as often as you want.
Yeah.
Or as often as you want. You know, you have to take insulin now. It's not like, okay, I could drink this and go along about my day. No, you have to make sure your sugar is good and take your insulin while eating these things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's harder older. So in a way, I'm kind of happy I got diagnosed at 4. So I didn't miss out on much growing up. Yeah.
What are some of the misconceptions about type 1 diabetes?
Oh boy, there's a few. You're diabetic, you're not allowed to eat that. Or you're not supposed to drink that. Yeah, you're diabetic. Are you okay? Oh, my grandmother has diabetes. How come you have diabetes? But they don't know it's like you can get it at a young age. You could also get it during pregnancy, but that's not
That's type 2.
No, it's gestational diabetes.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's just during the pregnancy, but then it can go away. Yeah.
Speaking of pregnancy, were you ever discouraged from having kids because you have an autoimmune disease?
Oh, no. I was not. No, not discouraged at all. I knew I could have children. That was never
Didn't say like you're high risk because you have an autoimmune disease?
No, it's only when I found out I was pregnant that I realized that I am a high risk, that the doctors and nurses told me I'm high risk. But other than that, like, I was never like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have kids because I have diabetes. No, I always knew I wanted to be a mom.
That's so encouraging to hear for like me personally and like our audience, like because we think that having autoimmune diseases is like something that's gonna just stop that experience in life. Yeah. But thank you for sharing that because that's helpful.
You can have a healthy baby with diabetes. So ladies out there with type 1 diabetes, don't worry, you're able to have a healthy baby. Yeah.
Amazing.
And there's good doctors, nurses that will help you along the way.
That's very encouraging to hear. And like bouncing off of that, how do you advocate for yourself as a patient in the medical system?
I ask a lot of questions. I ask a lot of questions. You have to, because they're telling you things, but to me it's like, okay, break it down slowly, like English form, or they're not detailed enough about what they're telling you. So there's like, okay, the doctor said, for example, oh, you have protein in your pee, but why?
What does that mean? Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. And then it's something with your kidneys. So it could be a sign that, okay, your kidneys need to be, you need to stop, like, let's say, eating so much junk food
And drink more water to flush them.
To flush them, yes, because it's not functioning as well as it should. So in order to prevent that, you have to be on medication. So I had to take medication for that, but now it's okay. It's to protect the kidneys from becoming worse. So, yeah, it's hard.
You were telling me that like a lot of your doctors would be like, hey, you're in the health field because you come so ready to your appointments.
Yes.
So that involves like a lot of research and like what are like 2 to 3 tips that you can give our audience as to like how to advocate and like how to prepare for your appointments?
I would say always ask questions, do research before coming. And make sure you're confident. Confident in what you're asking, and don't be shy. Don't be shy. Always ask, because your health is always important.
And don't like gaslight yourself, because like what you're saying, like be confident in your symptoms, because sometimes they'll try to like talk you out of like what you're actually feeling,
or they will
best.
Or they will tell you things like do this or don't do that, but you can also search up and see, okay, well, he said don't do this, but should I really stop doing this, or should I do this, like, so I don't have to be on this medication? Like find an alternative, because you don't always want to be on medication all the time. Your body is like, sometimes when you take medication for one thing, it leads to something else.
Side effects.
So I would say, advocating for yourself, do a lot of research. Like, what is the plan? Like, okay, this is what the doctor told me, but is there another way? What else can I do?
What has been the most rewarding thing for you living with an autoimmune disease?
Rewarding. I wouldn't say there's anything rewarding about living with diabetes, because it's a challenge. It's an everyday challenge. But I would say it shows me how to appreciate life. How to appreciate life in general. Eat healthy. Be alert of yourself and your body and what you're doing, how you're doing it. You don't want to eat junk food every day. You want to limit that. I'm not saying you can't eat it, but just limit it.
Moderation.
Moderation. There you go. Moderation. So that's what it has showed me. I guess that I would say that would be the rewarding part of it, is really paying attention to how you treat your body. In general.
How do you stay so positive? Like what keeps you going?
Oh, my kids. I want to live a long time to see my kids grow up, and also going on social media and seeing other influencers, other diabetics that are influencers that's teaching about diabetes. Making jokes about it that I can relate to. It's really funny, and I found a few of them on Instagram. So that's what keeps me positive going, and they're positive too,
You're
so they give off that energy.
And it's contagious. So I'm like, okay, I'm the only one feeling like this or going through this. I have like other people doing the same thing, and we're just honestly surviving, because if they didn't invent insulin, I wouldn't be here today. Because if it's not controlled, your organs shut down one by one, and then that's it. So thank God for insulin. And what advice would you have for someone that, like, they recently got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, that are going through a similar journey?
I would say don't let diabetes control you. You are in control of your diabetes. Meaning, be positive. Tomorrow is always a new day. So if you have one day and your sugars were super high and you weren't feeling good, and always start fresh the next day. Because you cannot let it control your life. You have to take control. You only have one life to live, so make sure you're happy, you're positive, around good energy. Take care of your body to live. So I would say that's my advice.
Thank you so much for doing this with me today.
You're welcome.
And if you guys have any questions, you can follow her on Instagram. What's your...
Yeah, I don't have much, but it's Miss Fisa 2022. So that's MZFEESA 2022.
Yeah, and I'll put it in the bio. I'll put it in the box.
Yeah.
Under this video. And again, thank you so much. Like, your story is going to have such an impact on our audience. And like we were discussing earlier, we're going to form a community out of this series.
Yes.
So thank you for being part of it.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
It's good.
Yeah. It was good. I could do it again.